saxophonist. I'm gonna teach you that you're gonna really dance it. I'm gonna call me back. Every time I hear that little saxophone, I'm gonna we're gonna do pop, we're gonna hold my baby all this summer. Every time I hear that little saxophone, I'm gonna rock, rock, rock. I'm gonna rock. Gonna really rock, gonna really pop it. Yeah, yeah, baby, drop it. Every time I hear that little saxophone, double do it, double do it, double do it, double, double, double. I just love this summer that going hard. All right, come on, guys, give me some more, man. Every time I hear that mellow saxophone, that's Scotty Dog and P. McGee on the saxophones over our mellow saxophonist. And just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. Paid for every dance, selling this romance. Oh, this is. There will come a day, and youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolos. Life goes on without me, and just a gigolo everywhere I go. People know the part I'm playing. Pay for every dance, selling each romance. Oh, what to say? And there will come a day, and youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know there's just a gigolos. Life goes on without me. Cause I ain't got nobody. Oh, and nobody just for me. There's nobody just for me. I'm so sad and lonely. Sad and lonely, sad and lonely. Won't sound sweet, mama. Come take a chance with me, 'cause I ain't so bad. We love sound. I love the time. She will only be, but we both sleep at live up. I ain't got nobody. Oh, and there's nobody just for me. There's nobody just for me. ain't got nobody. Nobody can call me this. Nobody can call me. I'm so sad and lonely. Oh, lonely, oh, lonely, lonely, lonely. Want some sweet mama come and rescue me, 'cause I ain't so bad. And I'll sing up. Relax up. All the time. You will only be. Only, baby. Mama, sugar, darling, I ain't got no darling, baby. And nobody, it's nobody, ain't no one, there's no one, dale, Spanish, stop singing the war, over there, nobody, no one, nobody cares for me. I'll be glad when you bid me rise from you. I'll be glad when you're in your grave, dog. When you're dead and in your grave, no more ravioli when you pray. I'll be glad when you bid me rise from you. I'll be glad when you're dead, you rise from you. I'll be glad when you're in your grave, dog. I invite you to my house for a meal. All my meatballs you try to steal. You're a dirty dog. I will be glad when you're dead, you rise from you. I'll be glad when you're in your grave, dog. I'll be standing on a corner plaster when they bring your body by. You're a devil. Baby, it looks like it's gonna hail. Baby, on a hill. You better come inside, let me teach you how to jive and wheel. Oh, you gotta jump, jiving, then you really 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 gotta jump, jiving, then you really. I was in the icebox looking for a can of ale. I was in the icebox looking for a can of ale. Mom was in the backyard learning how to drive and wheel. Oh, you gotta jump, jiving, then you really 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 gotta jump, jiving, then you will. A woman is a woman and a man ain't nothing but a male. A woman is a woman and a man ain't nothing but a male. One good thing about him, he knows how to jive and wheel. Oh, you gotta jump, jiving, then you really 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 gotta jump, jiving, then you
Hey, hey.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a pail. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a pail. Jill stayed up, she wanted to learn how to jive and wheel. Oh, you gotta jump, jiving, then you really 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 gotta jump, jiving, then you will. And Basin Street is a street where all the boys and the good folks live down in New Orleans, in the land of dreams. And you never know how nice it seems, and that's how much it really means. No, 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 dear to me, yes, sirree, dear to me, yes, sirree. Can't you see, baby, I can't lose those good old Basin Street blues. what you really mean. Hey, I see the moon and the moon is pale. And it looks like they're taking some cat to jail. No, it's the moon is pale, the sun is, and then the sun is gone, and the steamboats are coming, and they're splashing and they're going, woo woo, and the billboard shining on the fields below. Folks all singing songs soft and low. You can tell me what, 'cause I know. Sleepy down south, soft wind blowing through the pinewood trees, and the folks down there live life of ease. When old man falls upon the knees, the sleepy down south, steamboats on the river, coming and going, splashing the night time. Hey, Baba, Baba, and just breathing, everybody singing. The dance till the break of day. Hey, people talking, hey, people song, and you take me back there, where we belong. I would never be if my love is on, but it's sleepy down south. Steamboats on the river, and they're coming and going, and it's splashing the night time. Hey, Baba, Baba, and the bank of river, and everybody's singing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday, August 20th. If you can hear my voice right now, you probably don't know where it's coming from, but you want to be here. We're live at Comedy Alley. I see you viewers at home on the live stream. I see you, Jim. I see you, Chad. I see you. All right, it is time to start the show. Give it up for your host, Lars Blessington, also the guy talking right now on the microphone. There's more people in the live stream than in the alley right now, so I'm mostly talking to you guys at home right now. Give it up for the DJ, everyone. Give it up for the DJ. If you're just tuning in, we got Sandra Battaglini, Nick Beaton, Daniel Woodrow, Rena Taylor. There's a couple other pros in the building. Who knows if they'll hit the stage? You never know what you're going to get. And of course, if you can hear my voice right now in the neighborhood, go to Laughing Vikings on Instagram and you can figure it out. Go to Facebook right now. Go to Facebook. Yo, DJ, can we kill the music? Yo, DJ. I am the DJ, everyone. I'm also the DJ. I'm doing 9 jobs at once. Welcome to Comedy Alley. I'm going to do the old switcheroo, the double micer. I'm going to put down the wireless and use this one. Hello. Buddy. Man, I just got to tell the people who can hear me right now, if you're in the neighborhood, I see you, Broadview Hotel. I see. If you're on a roof right now, make some noise. If you're in a weird alley that no one knows where it is, make some noise. There you go. If you're making noise right now, make some noise. Yeah, so here we are. We got a stacked lineup. If you had any idea how much talent was in this alleyway right now, this is Canadian comedy right here. We have probably, 60, 80, 100, maybe 1,000 years of Canadian sense of humor in this alley right now. This is impressive. And I decided I got to start the party off. Literally, viewers at home, there is no audience in the audience right now. This is a hybrid model, but we start the show. If you build it, they will come. Hey, people on the street, can you hear me now? Go to Instagram, at Laughing Vikings. We got 20 seats. 20 seats. If you can hear my voice, we got 20 seats. Come on down. Is it working? Oh, look at this. Look at all these people pouring in right now. Okay, now we're down to 1, 2, 3. We got 17 more seats available, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up, come on up, come on up. I got to let you know, if you're hearing my voice right now, go to Instagram at laughingvikings.com, or go to Instagram or laughingvikings.com and go click the link in my bio, swipe up, click the link in my bio, swipe up, click the link in my bio, swipe up, then slip into my DMs. It's time to carpe diem. Like, comment, subscribe. I think I just invented the theme song for the Empty Comedy Alley. Like, comment, subscribe, everyone. That's what I'm saying in real life. I'm your host, Lars. We got a crazy lineup tonight. It's actually ridiculous. This is a weird thing. I was in this alley earlier by myself alone. Make some noise if you're a comedian or a producer and you've produced a show and you've been in the venue before, wondering if there's ever going to be people showing up. Make clap if you've been in this situation. I just pray to God I'm not the only Canadian comedian who's ever produced a show that nobody showed up for except comedians. This is going to be good. I was thinking about it earlier, just to all the comedians who are on the show, because it's never a good thing when you show up and you're like, oh, I'm the talent and I'm the only one here, and it's just Lars. If you're wondering, I'm the new Deb. I'm the new Deb. This is Lars's Comedy Alley Den. I'm the new Deb in town. I'm a wacky blonde lady, and I thought to myself, I was like, what am I going to do if there isn't audience members in the room? And what I decided, I just decided I'm going to give them the fucking show of a lifetime. I'm going to pump them up so much that when they're on the stage, they're like, you know what? I'm going to give the best performance of my fucking life. Because what if I died tomorrow? You ever think of that? Comedians, you ever think, what if tonight's my last show? I don't want to blow. I don't want to just suck because there's nobody here. I think the mark of a good comedian is being able to do the same show whether there's 10,000 people or 0. I feel like I could have just as good a show in the mirror in the bathroom right now and really wouldn't need any. If COVID's taught us anything, it's that we don't need real people. So to the people who are not here, good on you for not being here in real life, because we don't need you, because we're used to doing it on Zoom, and we're Canadian comedians. We're used to nobody showing up, but we're changing that right now. This is my goal for the comedians here in the room tonight. My goal is that this room by the end of the night becomes so fucking hot that it becomes legend, where comedians are like, holy shit, I was in the alley the other night, nobody was there. It started out real weird. Lars came out like a fucking bull in a china shop, and then it became magical. It filled the fuck up, and I had the set of a lifetime. Hannah, you ready for that? You're gonna have the fucking set of a lifetime tonight. You're gonna have the set of a lifetime. We got all kinds of props up here for the people who are at home. I want to make you feel welcome. So we got emojis right here. I got a thumbs up emoji. That's just for you, Jim. Give it up for Jim the Tubinator, everyone. You guys on Dropbox? Who's on Dropbox? Hit me up on Dropbox, everyone. You guys on Dropbox? I got a big old box, and it's ready to be dropped. Anybody on Dropbox? You guys on Dropbox? Sandra, Phil, Hannah, you on Dropbox? You guys on Dropbox? Hit me up on Dropbox. You got to be ahead of the curve. It's like by the time you hear TikTok and people are blowing up on TikTok, it's too late for TikTok. You got to be ahead of the curve. So I'm hopping on board Dropbox right now. I got a big old box. You could drop it. I'm going to drop it like it's hot in my box. If we put all of our boxes together tonight, we could have some kind of big super Megatron box. Think of how many things we could drop in that box. If you can hear my voice right now, if you can hear my voice, Toronto, if you can hear my voice, hit me up on Dropbox. You guys need anything at Dollarama? I'm going to go to Dollarama. Make some noise if Dollarama became your best friend over the COVID break. Anybody? Anyone? For a while, I think it was the only store that was open in my neighborhood. Did you guys realize that? Did you know also that shoes and socks are not essential? I tried to go buy shoes and socks at a Dollarama. I know they don't have shoes, but I tried to buy socks. and the socks section and the book section was taped off as non-essential. Thanks, Doug Ford. Yeah, socks, because he's just walking around in Crocs right now, barefoot in Crocs, and he doesn't believe in books apparently. But seriously, if you're buying your books at Dollarama, you got bigger problems. Maybe there's a reason that the Dollarama book section was canceled. It was all canceled. Hit me up on Dropbox, everyone. If you can hear my voice, hit me up on Dropbox. I got a big old box. Seriously though, do you guys need anything at Dollarama? Do you guys need some craft dinner? Who needs some craft dinner? You need a plunger? You need a 20-pack of tea lights? You need a magnificent card for a lovely aunt? You guys need a couple loaves of bread? Anybody need some dog food? Any need a wrench? You guys need a wrench? You need some random pins? You need some Velcro? Does anyone need some Velcro? Anybody need a couple can openers? I bought 4 can openers from a Dollarama and they all broke. Can you believe that? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice, fuck myself. Fool me 4 times. Lars, get your life together. Start buying better can openers. This is a true confession. People at home, I have bought 4 can openers from Dollarama. None of them exist in my drawer right now. So I guess I did learn the lesson. I don't know where. I think I bought it at Home Depot. I bought a big old diesel can opener from Home Depot. I bought a big old gas-powered, it's basically a chainsaw. I open my cans with chainsaw. If you're like, what kind of guy is Lars? I open my goddamn zoodles with a chainsaw, everyone. That's right. Hit me up on Dropbox. Seriously, are you guys on Dropbox? Are you on Dropbox? Hit me up on Dropbox. And Laughing Vikings on Dropbox. Hit me up on Dropbox. If you're wondering why is this a comedy alley, it's because we got banana shakers, everybody. We got banana shakers. You guys want to do an audition right now? Let's film an audition. Get in there and film an audition. If you had any idea, viewers at home, how much Canadian talent is in this room right now, it's astonishing. It's actually astonishing right now, but we're changing it. We're changing it because most comedians in Canada, they eventually have to go to the States because not enough people come to their alley shows. And they're doing all these shows in empty alleys, and then they got to go to LA where the alleys are full, and then they come back later. And you guys are like, why we got to pay $100 for this guy? When he was in our back fucking yard for free. Not for free, for $29. For $29. Hit me up on Dropbox. We got Sandra Battaglini, we got Daniel Woodrow, we got Nick Beaton and Rena Taylor on the show tonight. I got to pay some bills, though. We got some sponsors. We got to do the shout-outs to the sponsors. Please make some noise for Bob from Bob's Bidets for sponsoring this show. We got a bidet. Yeah, well, thank you, Phil. We have a bidet. If you're wondering what kind of place is Laughing Vikings, what kind of alley is it? This alley has a bidet, ladies and gentlemen. Guaranteed, cleanest butt alley in town right here. Cleanest butt alley in town. There's a few Italians in the room, too, so you better believe their butts are clean. I've actually overheard Sandra and Phil talking about the importance of toilets, toilet cleanliness, and bidets, and that's the main reason I installed the bidet. I was like, I want to make sure that Phil and Sandra and all these fancy European comedian actors in Toronto here are clean butted. So please give it up for Bob from Bob's Bidet. I've been thank you. I've been contractually obligated to do the jingle here in the alleyway. Goes something like this. I'll be playing the role of Bob. Come on down to Bob's Bidets, because with the bidet, you're always rim job ready. Bob's Bidets. Yeah, tell me that's not the best fucking jingle for a bidet company ever. If you're watching this, I'm sure you are, Mr. Bidet, Mr. Bob. But that's a goddamn that I feel like that jingle is better than the Sleep Country Canada jingle. Bob's Bidets, I'm just gonna come clean to all of you guys. Bob's Bidet is not a real place. This is a made-up thing. I thought of a funny jingle. It's not even a real company. So if you're watching right now and you own a bidet company and you want to make that jingle the best fucking bidet jingle you've ever heard in your life, come on down to Bob's Bidets, because with the bidet, you're always rim job ready. Bob's Bidets. I'm convinced there's no way. I'm gonna put it out there. Universe, I'll give anyone $100 if you make a better bidet jingle than that. One time I was in Gravenhurst at a show. You guys do the show in Gravenhurst at a Jug City? You guys ever done the Jug City show? Gravenhurst? Never done that. Tell me, you've never done the Jug City? Never done Deb's Comedy Den in Gravenhurst, the Jug City? It's a gas station and a Jug City, which sounds like a strip club, but it's not. It's a convenience store. There's none of those jugs. There's jugs of milk. I don't even know if there's jugs of milk. It's a gas station and a convenience store. Deb, she's a lovely lady. She runs it. I got there one time. There was no show. There was no audience. And we waited for like an hour. And then Deb got on stage and all the comedians, including myself, were like, oh, I guess we are starting the show. Okay, yeah, we're just going to do this with just to ourselves. I see how it's going. I'm doing that right now because that show in Gravenhurst became the most magical show I'd ever done. About 30 minutes in, Deb did the opening like I'm doing right now, which is admittedly weird. If you're a comedian in the room right now and you're not feeling a little bit awkward and questioning your life big time right now, we're all in it together. All of us, we are all paths for everything behind our lives led to tonight. So we are all, this is the great equalizer. This alley, empty except for comedians, is the great equalizer. We are all in exactly the same spot in our careers in this moment. But I guarantee you by the end of the night, it's going to be magical. We're going to talk about this night. We're going to be like, my fucking life changed after I did that show in the alley. It started out as nothing. It started out super weird. Lars went on stage and then we all looked at each other in the back. We're like, oh, we're starting the show. There's not even people. I thought we were all just going to leave and shake hands. No, now it's a hostage situation as well. I basically paid my friends to come to an alley that I built to perform, but there's going to be an audience. I guarantee it. I'm just going to go kidnap people from the neighborhood. I'm going to make that pledge. I want to make a kidnap pledge to you. I'm going to abduct people in a big comedy van and I'm going to take them to Comedy Alley and we're going to have the fucking night of our lives. Just like I had at the Gravenhurst Jug City. What happened is Deb went on stage. She did it super weird like this. Then who was it? Anna Menzies. Give it up for Anna Menzies. You guys know Anna Menzies. She's hilarious. She went up and did a 15-minute set to nobody. Then as she was leaving the stage, 10 people, a group of 10 people, a family, people who were united, they all went out for dinner together. They were at a local restaurant. They were nearby at a local restaurant and they were wondering, could we all go to an alley and listen to a show with pro comedians in Canada after the show or after our dinner? And that's what they did. And they all came in and all of a sudden there was 10 people and there was energy and they just came. They were running late. They had a few drinks. They were running a bit late. Their intention was to come to the show. They were like, we're going to go to the show at Comedy Alley at Laughing Vikings. And we're like, I think we're going to go there after we eat dinner in the neighborhood. And then they all came in. And Anna, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, Anna got to redo her set. Deb went up, restarted the show, welcomed them, and then Anna went on stage and did a second set to 10 people. The show was fucking magical. And my favorite thing that happened at that show is that Bob's Bidet jingle that you just heard, the best fucking bidet jingle you've ever heard in your life, the absolute best lyrical / melodic combination of words you've ever heard put together to sell butt cleaning bidets. I did that in Gravenhurst, and in the front row there was a man and his daughter, and I asked, does anyone in the room own a bidet? And the dad shook his head no, and the daughter said, yeah, Dad, we have a bidet. And they got in a debate on whether or not they had a bidet. So right in front of me, I'm doing that show, and all of a sudden a bidet debate breaks out. And I'm like, whoa, this is weird. I've never even seen a bidet debate before. This is weird that we're having a bidet debate right here. And they just started debating bidets, and it was this big bidet debate. And then all of a sudden, it was like, bidet debate, bidet debate, bidet debate, you either know what the fuck is going on right now, and you're loving it, or you're clueless, and you're wondering about all of your life's decisions right now. If you're like, what is Lars doing right now? I'm wondering the same thing. But one thing I will tell you right now is that we got a fucking great lineup of comics tonight. It's so good that you're hugely missing out if you're not here. And once again, if you can hear the sound of my voice right now, if you can hear the sound of my voice, go to Laughing Vikings on Instagram right now and hit me up on Dropbox. You guys on Dropbox? Nick, you on Dropbox? Daniel, you on Dropbox? You guys on Dropbox? I got a big old box. Let's put our boxes together and drop it like it's hot into the box. All right. All right. I have yelled up here long enough. I got my yelling out. And now it's time for other comedians to do their yelling in the alleyway. This next guy, I'm just gonna set the stage for all the comedians right here. Everyone you're gonna see tonight. They did the festival in Winnipeg. They did the festival in Halifax. They did a festival in Moncton. They did a festival in Sault Ste. Marie. They did a festival in Sudbury. They did a festival in Moose Jaw 3 times. 3 times in Moose Jaw. They've done CBC. They've done HBO. They've been Comedy Network. CBC. They did CBC again. They did CBC again. Then they did CBC again. Then they did CBC again. And then they were like, oh, maybe I should leave. And they didn't. They stayed here to perform in an empty alley for you guys. Please give it up for your first guest, Nick Beaton. Nick Beaton, come on down. Come on down to Comedy Alley. Give it up for Nick Beaton, everyone.
All right. So many props. So many props. What's going on, everybody? My friends that I know personally, how are you? I really, actually, this might sound sarcastic because most of what I say sounds sarcastic, but thank you for not sitting up front. That would make this that much more weird. No, I don't know what to even say. I'm really happy that handshaking came back. I remember during the beginning of the whole fucking thing, everybody's like, I'm never shaking a hand again. That's gone, and now people are just out there fucking. It's great. And they were talking about sending naked photos, like texting naked photos to people. And he asked the woman if she'd ever sent nudie pics, but he called them booby pics. And they're like, that's unacceptable. And then he called the female producer that was in the booth, he called her a booth hoe. Fucking shut that guy down. You realize what fucking happened here? People didn't like that it wasn't LeVar Burton. So they're like, I'm going back. I'm going all the way the fuck back to ruin this guy's life for no fucking reason. Like, it's so tragic what Twitter has become. Like, they need to shut it down. It's crazy. What else? What else, guys? This is what I said. I'm just going to yell my tweets, right? Oh, OnlyFans, all right? OnlyFans. So the same joke was told by every comedian 1,000 times this week about OnlyFans. I made one myself, so I'm putting myself in the hat. Somebody is like, you know, oh, OnlyFans not selling nudes is like McDonald's not selling burgers, right? We all had a version of that, or it came up in our head, and perhaps you guys thought better of it than to actually tweet it. But I tweeted something similar, and this is what I saw. I saw like this. I saw several tweets of people who had OnlyFans accounts that were like, I keep seeing this joke pop up about how OnlyFans, it's like Starbucks not selling coffee or whatever. You know, this isn't funny. You know, this is people's livelihoods. And, you know, it's just not a laughing matter. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? My whole feed is people making fucking Taliban jokes and COVID jokes. COVID kills like millions of people. The Taliban are taking over a country and enforcing supreme Sharia law in it. And we can't make jokes about your fucking nudes not making you money anymore. Like, I don't know. Anyway, there's not a lot of conclusions to these. I just wanted to yell. Why are these 15-minute sets, Lars?
Bob's bidets. You got to sell Bob's bidets. Okay, you're right. You said that. There was one other thing I thought. Nope, that was it for the tweets. All right, I will tell a couple other jokes here. I just figured, why not yell those things? And also, it's like yelling new ideas to a room full of comedians is the same thing as telling, good jokes to a room full of comedians. You're not getting anything. So just do it. It's, you know, die with your fucking boots on, man. Well, okay, yeah. What is it? Oh, so COVID, whatever. I don't know. Of course, I have COVID jokes. I think Canada did okay, and I mean that, okay, at handling COVID. Not great. No country did, though. I wouldn't give us like an A+ or anything, but we did okay with COVID. And the reason why I want to say that is because a lot of people complained about how various governments, whether municipalities, up to provincial, up to state, up to federal, handle this thing. And Twitter and Facebook have given people such voices to complain about shit that they don't know anything about. So I just found it funny for people to go, here's what I would do. And like, because most of my friends are comics who are complete fuck-ups, like complete top to bottom fuck-ups, just tweeting like, here's what I would do. Like, Doug, no one gives a shit about what your pandemic response would be. Okay, Doug, you fell for 3 unique types of predatory lending last year. You're not good, Doug. You make mistakes. You bought GameStop at $350. See, yelling my ideas that weren't fleshed out felt just as good as that. And that was a joke that I care about. No, I don't know. What else? Fucking vaccines. That's another thing now. Got a big problem. I don't understand what the problem is with vaccines, man. Like, get one or don't. I actually don't care. I got one. So if you don't get one, it doesn't fucking matter to me. Like, I'm good. It's just, if you don't, like, I don't understand why everything has to be a crazy fight all the fucking time. Like, if people are not going to get vaccinated, they're not going to get vaccinated. It doesn't matter to me. Like, we have enough people vaccinated. We're good. Like, why is everything like done without the numbers? There's no numbers anymore. The numbers of people unvaccinated who are in the hospital is like 0.01% of the people in the hospital with COVID. So who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. Like, the conspiracy theories that people have over them are crazy, and just let them have crazy conspiracy theories. If you just are like, oh man,
I think they're using it to control my brain. Well, it's like, fine. It's like finding somebody dying of thirst in the desert. You hand them water and they're like, oh, you're trying to control me. Slap it away. Like, well, fuck you then, man. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. There's so many crazy conspiracy theories out there now. I thought, like, this is the thing. When I grew up in the 90s, people believed crazy shit, conspiracy theories. And the best case scenario for those people was to just stand on a street corner screaming at other people, handing out pamphlets. That was the best that could happen. I love how I clearly have seen the dog take over everyone's attention. Is there anything you guys want me to yell about? Like, I honestly would rather do that. I'm not doing jokes anymore. It's just crazy. Like, there's no point. What's the dog up to, do you think? How's the dog? What's the dog's name again, Lars?
Luna.
Luna. That's right. I wanted to say Ruby. Why did I want to say Ruby? It's a good name. This looks like a ruby. I don't know. For all you other comics, this is how it's going to feel. I want you to watch. No, look. But let's just hang out, man. I don't know. I'm like, all right. Let's fucking hang out. Like, I know I love you guys too, but I'm just screaming. My throat hurts from yelling at my friends. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I feel like I just pull up a table, have a couple drinks, and I tell you the stories and my thoughts on things. Instead of like, oh, here's an opinion. Oh. I'm taping this, by the way. I was going to send it in to JFL 42. Who's everybody vote? Is anybody voting? Let's talk. Is anybody voting? You guys, Phil, who are you voting for?
I don't think I'm a liberal anymore, so probably NDP.
I'm definitely not a liberal. And I was NDP from the mid 2000s on. I always voted NDP. And then I voted liberal in the last election. And I'm in Toronto Center, so it was that dickhead who got fired for what that fucking one of Trudeau's scandals. And yeah, so he had to go, and now it's NDP. But I can't really get behind NDP. And then I wanted to go Green Party, and they're in a fucking mess. So who do you? Yeah, they're done. Like, they might not even be a party in 2 years. They might just be absorbed, right? So, but I can never vote Conservative. So who the fuck? Like, it's literally I think I'm gonna go in, write Jack Layton's name on the ballot, and then put it in the box and walk away. Because that's the only thing that actually feels good in my conscience. I hate this vote for the lesser of the evils. Like, they're all evil in their own way, right? Like, Trudeau is trying to put forth like several bills that are going to grossly regulate the internet. And then the NDP is backing all of those bills. And like, Jagmeet Singh is literally just talks about white supremacy all the time, as if it fucking is lurking around every street corner, right? It's fucking Canada. You know what? The West probably has more problems with it, but like, people talking about white supremacy like it's this fucking iceberg headed for Toronto. Like, they're not coming to Queen West for your craft beer, guys. There fucking is almost none of them, and they meet in people's garages. Like, everybody's talking about white supremacy with the January 6th riots, right? That was a big thing. Everybody's like, it's white supremacy, all these white supremacist groups. Finally, the FBI, which the Democrats and the left, we seem to love when they suit us and hate when they don't. The FBI came out and was like, oh yeah, none of that's linked to any white supremacy. It doesn't look like anybody had a plan. It looks like 95% of the people were just there for a riot or a protest that turned into a riot and then saw an opportunity and ran into the Capitol. And then think 5% of the people were part of the Proud Boys and the whatever Sons of Odin that are white supremacy groups, but they also didn't have a plan for what they were going to do when they got into the Capitol. They were just like, let's go and try to get in. So this whole fucking thing, CNN talks about that day as if it is 9/11. And it fucking wasn't. It was like 1,000 assholes who ran into a building and are now going to jail for 25 years. Like, done, solved it, over. Let's move on. I find it so weird, the selective reporting on these political issues. Anyway, yeah, well, that fucking chewed up some time. Who are you voting for, Sandra? Well, you just said you don't know NDP as well, but fuck it, right? I think spoiling is the way to go. Daniel, who you voting for? Yeah, it's the only choice, but I don't think it's really a choice. I don't know. Fuck, what are we gonna do with this country, man? Yeah, it is. It has to. Like, they did a poll. Like, there was something out on the Toronto Star this week, and they did a trustworthy analysis on each party and each leader, and every single one of them scored in the negatives. The most trusted was the NDP at a -9. And then they also tested people's like what they believe on their trustworthiness of corporations and the media, and the corporations were -44, and the media was like -30 something. Nobody trusts the leaders or any of the institutions that are meant to protect us from them. We're fucked. We're so completely fucked. It's crazy. My name is Nick Beaton. Thanks so much for coming out.
Nick Beaton, everyone. Nick Beaton. Yes. The true test right there. Testing his existence. It's always an exit. That's the great thing about stand-up is it's every night is an existential crisis at some level. And if it isn't, you're not doing it right. I don't think you're doing comedy or art properly if you don't, at least weekly, maybe not every night's, but weekly, you should be thinking, what am I doing with my life? I'm also going to solve that problem for you, Nick. I'm going to announce right now. I don't know if you can do this. Is there an online sign up? I don't know if I have to DM somebody. Do I DM how do you apply to be a candidate? I'm going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm announcing it right now. I'm running, and I'm dual citizen with the states. I am going to run for Prime President Minister of Canada, America, the United Territories of Canada, America. America. Right? I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm willing to do this for you guys and people in general, I'm like, oh, I'm going to spend a night in an alley. Then I am willing to do whatever it takes to gain your trust, Canada. Rule number one, I'm going to just say this, right? This is my platform. Unlimited everything, always guaranteed. You want to live in my country, Sandra? Unlimited everything, always guaranteed. No refunds. Unlimited everything, always guaranteed. Or your money back. No refunds. Speaking of no refunds, everyone who is here tonight who didn't pay, no refunds. No refunds. No refunds. We got to move along here. Rena, you ready to do this? I'm gonna just toss you up here onto the maybe it's a suggestion. I'm just gonna plant seeds. Maybe for the rest of the show, if you're like, oh, what am I gonna talk about? Am I gonna do material? Maybe we just talk business ideas and marketing ideas on what to do in an alleyway, how to fill this place up, right? If you want to explore it, I'm thinking a dome, a retractable dome, maybe an upper deck. I want to assure you guys the fact that the main deck here is empty. I'm already thinking about the double decker and a triple decker. And we're in sight lines with Broadview Hotel. That's going to be the VIP seats up there. So just get ready for it. So if you're just up here, Rena, I know we just met and you're like, no, I met this guy a week ago and now I'm in his alley. This is weird. But kudos to you for just yes-anding the shit out of this. And you ended up in an alley. So please give it up for Rena Taylor. Come on down. It's her first time in Comedy Alley. Come on, all the way from Montreal.
Thank you so much. All right, business ideas, guys. I'm thinking fucking bidets. Bidets all over the goddamn place. You can jingle it. You can sing it to the crowd. If everyone could just come up here and wash their assholes, maybe that would be more appealing than coming up for a comedy show. I don't know. Hello, live audience. Nice to see you. I'm very excited to be here tonight. Excited to do a live show in front of all of these people. Are we excited to be at a live show? Hell yeah, we are. I was doing Zoom shows, which is not dissimilar, it feels like, to this show. I was doing Zoom shows over the pandemic. And those are nice, you know. They were safe. I did a couple of unmasked shows last summer, pre-vaccination. Masked shows indoors. And not for me, guys. And it wasn't for me. Because it quickly became apparent that though I was living for the laughter of the audience, it could kill me. It could kill me, yeah. Usually I'm like psyched about dudes being into my set, but masked down between sips of beer, I could not help but notice how moistly he was laughing at me, yeah. So this is some fun and welcome break. I love being in front of a live audience, even if it's just the comedians in the back. Give it up for everyone that you've seen tonight. We're now leaving. No, we need the audience. You can't go. This is a hostage situation. No, I'm happy to be back here. Yeah, you know, it's year 2 of the pandemic. You know, I think the funniest joke that I've heard during this whole thing was, you know, we'll be back to the normal in a month from Doug Ford, right? And he was fucking killing it back then. And now he's just killing people. Yeah, just killing people. And gonna privatize it and charge them for it. Love him, love him. Back to normal. What is normal for a man that spends $500,000 to rebrand a province as open for business just in time for us to be very decidedly not open for business? Not at all. Like, I think it would have been a more successful rebranding campaign if the signs welcoming people to Ontario could just like flip around so that it just says closed. That would have been nice. Yeah. Oh my God. What do I want to talk about? Oh, well, I was back home where Doug Ford reigns true as the supreme leader. I was back in rural Ontario for a little bit. Any rural Ontarians in the crowd? Hell yeah. Yeah. If you're wondering what that was like to grow up there, my nickname in high school was the Mexican. I am Hungarian. It's just a darker white. It's a spicy white, if you will. Yeah. But they didn't know, guys. They didn't know. And you know what they say? Ignorance is bliss. Yeah. But now we also say that willful ignorance is, everybody with me now, racism. That's right. Yeah. We don't have to protect white people from their feelings anymore. No. Yeah. Or learning. Big year for learning for white people, myself included. Like, I recently learned that a stereotype about white women is that we're seen crying alone in public all the time. Oh God, when I heard that, I'm like, that is so fucking embarrassing. Because I just thought that was dating. I just thought that that's what dating was. Yeah, I'm in the cry phase of dating. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. It's been like illegal for a year and a half. Like, I would love to date all of the emotionally stunted men that I meet online that think it's sufficient to describe their personality in a series of emojis, but like, oh, this pandemic takes everything from us. And I think it's important for us whiteys to be reminded of like just how harmful and reductive stereotypes can be, you know? Like, I don't want to be crying in public all the time. You know, sometimes I'm just minding my own business on the subway, and some fucking bitch has the audacity to have the exact same hair as my late mother. But she's being like very loving to her daughter in public, like maybe not so much exactly like my late mother. And all of a sudden, guys, I'm on the other side of the subway, just tilted at like a 45-degree angle, just like praying that the tears suck themselves back into my face. Like, please don't be basic, Rena. You're making it harder for all of the Beckys. You are. Yeah, I have a ghost mom. I do. It makes some audiences unhappy, but you know, for anyone that's watching here that's uncomfortable to laugh at my sadness, I just say, like, take a look around. Like, laughing at our sadness is like what we got going on right now. And the other thing that I'll say to that is that, like, you know, like, I think that especially after the year that we've had and kind of the collective loss that we've seen, I think that it's really important to like find those nuggets of joy in the inevitable like hardness and harshness of life, including death. Like, you know, I love doing this because my mom was like so funny, and every time I'm on stage, I feel like I'm able to like channel that, you know, like she's my ghostwriter or something. It was cute. We wrote that together. Yeah. So if you don't laugh at our jokes, she will haunt you. So you need to laugh now. We're having a good time, Mom. Yeah. What else? Apart from that, I had a normal childhood. Dead mom. I came from a racist background, but totally normal. Apart from that, like we'll do some crowd work, guys. Raise your hands if you raised raccoons. Everybody now. Live audience. Okay, that's fine. That's just about as alienating as it was when I was a kid, so that's good. Yep, raised raccoons when I was little. The hell else do I want to talk about?
Talk more about that.
Yeah, raising raccoons.
Yeah.
I named one or two Jack and Meg White. Yeah. We collected them. It's a cute story from drunken men in the forest that were throwing them like footballs. So that's another fun tidbit about where I grew up. But shit, man. Apart from that, yeah, I'm blanking hard, so I'm just gonna stare at the audience deep into their eyes, make it just as uncomfortable as I feel right now. Just keep that going. I'm back in the city now. I live in the city. It's been difficult during the pandemic, but it's hard to get lonely when there's so many raccoons running around, right? Like that's kind of nice. Yeah. Fucking hell. This is a bidet song now. Pulling out Robert Goulet doing bidet songs. No, there's a couple of things like from the pandemic that I'm kind of grateful for changing. There's things that I could leave in the past that I don't feel sad about. Like I don't know if this is happening to anyone else before, but I'll just say it. Was anyone else getting prescribed dick? Not by like a medical professional, like I know what you're thinking. Like Rena, you have to stop Googling your symptoms. Like you have to. No, what I mean is like, as a single woman, if you ever admit like being down or like God forbid lonely, like sure as shit, some like self-proclaimed Samantha, nay Karen, is just like, bitch, shut up. I figured it out. You're not depressed. I know what you need. You need to get some dick. Like, you need to get laid, right? And not only is that some, like, agent of the patriarchy bullshit, but it's just fucking dumb, right? Because, like, if the big D, depression, could be cured by, like, even the average-sized dick, like, I just feel like we would know about it. Like, I just feel like men would tell us about that. But if that was the case, if dick could cure depression... You fellas better fucking run. Because I take my mental health very seriously and I'm a sprinter. That burst of thirst and speed, I will overtake any man, okay? Apart from that, the pandemic, there's things that I wish wouldn't go away. Like, I personally love there being about 6 feet of distance between myself and every man. I love that very much. Because, guys, straight up, men are so fucking spooky, okay? They are so spooky. And not just because when they fucking come, they shoot liquid ghosts out of their leaky dingers. Think about it. That's like Casper's uncles dribbling out of that horny hose. Like, not only that, they're so fucking aggressive. Like, they're trained to be so. They're told to know what they want and go out and grab it. On the streets, apparently. So, everyone else, like, the crazy thing is that we all just kind of, like, everyone else just has to, like, adapt around to it. And there's no better evidence than the average woman's Instagram story. Like, it'll go anywhere from, like, fully vaxxed and fully waxed. It's a hot girl, shot girl summer, bitches. But also, bitches, it's the heat, and we know what that means. When the sun goes down, the grip grab goblins come out, and they snatch ladies into their van. So be sure never to walk home alone, because that will be brought up in a line of questioning with the police. Like, it's nuts. And the crazy thing is that when you're trying to express this, this fear to some men, hashtag not all men, I am an ally. Thank you very much. When you try and express this fear to them, you'll get like one of two like fucked up reactions. Like the first one being that they feel like they have no part to play in the Me Too movement, which is just fucking nuts. Like that would be like if two people lived together and one of them felt like they were like helping out every time that they cleaned up after themselves. Like that's crazy. That gets our mess. And the other reaction that I'll see is equally frustrating, and it's more like well, you know, like fuck, like just sounds like he was trying to approach you. Like you can't approach any women these days. Like I wish that more women would approach me. And I just don't think that they're like seeing it in the exact same way that we're trying to describe it. But I have figured out how I'm going to help visually explain that to them. Would you guys like to know what my plan is here? Yeah. I'm going to do it through art. Not this. Not what we're doing here. This is not a recognized art form by the Canadian government. No. I'm going to do it through a horror movie in which women approach men in the same way that they approach us. So to end it off tonight, you've been an incredible audience out there. I know you're out there. To end it off tonight, I thought that I would just do like a little snippet of what you might see in that movie. Is that okay, guys? Gonna set up? So to help me out here, we'll just use our collective imagination. I would just love if you could imagine what you're going to see coming out of the bushes and approaching you at a stoplight. You're gonna have fun. Hey, how's it going? You look really fucking good tonight. Really fucking good. Hey, what's that shirt? Is that H&M? That looks really nice. I like how it hugs your beer belly. I love that. Yeah. So listen, I just had to come over and ask you something. Where are your friends? Does anyone want to be approached that way? No? Right? So guys, I either figure I'm going to make like a cool like $1,000 on the Canadian box office, or if you audience liked what you just saw tonight, like I said, I am very single and I can whip that out anytime. Guys, welcome your host back to the stage. I've been Rena Taylor. I hope you have a great night. God bless.
Rena Taylor, everyone. That, I told her that was a full-blown crush in an empty alley. That was amazing. And the most amazing thing about it is you're new in town, so that was all very, very fresh. We're like, let's see this lady's take on things. Isn't it? Don't we have weird lives? We have weird lives. Do you guys ever meet a lady a week ago as she's auditioning to play the role of a colon, and then a week later you're in an alley with her learning about her dead mother and how they raised raccoons? That's a weird life. That's my life. I get to meet the craziest people. This is good. All right. Hannah, you coming up? You want to do it? Tight 3. All right. We got what we call in the business a drop-in. A pro was just popping by. She said she's going to do a tight 3 minutes. It's Lawrence, right? Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I just know you as Hannah. You just know her as Hannah. Please give it up for Hannah Lawrence. First time in the alley, coming in for a hot 3. Hot 3. Hot 3.
Lars, thank you so much. What's up, guys? We're good. Rena was talking about men. I've been thinking recently, the worst date I ever went on was when I let an improviser take me out. It was when I first started comedy, so I didn't know the difference between real talent and guys who just talk loud. This guy fooled me right away. And the date was bad for so many reasons, but mainly because he took me to the Jays game, and the game lasted 7 hours, which should be illegal. That's not okay. And you learn a lot out of a 7-hour baseball game. I learned to hate baseball as much as improv. And I also learned that the handicap stall at the Rogers Center is a great place to blow another dude who's not your date. Doing well. You think he'd be good at like holding conversation, but he was horrible. I spent 6.5 hours just like trying to make eye contact with the players, hoping one of them would whisk me away on his yacht. Didn't work. And you just like realize, I think baseball, like they always have their rituals before they go up to bat. Never fucking work. Like it blows my mind. They like go, they'll like do their prayer, they'll like tap the bat and then miss every time. I was there for 7 hours, nothing fucking happened. But then I realized that's exactly what I did before I met up with him, right? I had my ritual too. Like I shaved my vagina, did a little prayer. No home run for me. Did give him a hand job. It was the most boring day ever. I need something to do. Oh, I thought that was a laugh, just a dog barking. What else do we want to talk about? I went to get a pap smear. Ladies, I need help. I went in. The woman who greeted me was the oldest woman I've ever seen in my entire life. Immediately didn't feel so bad about not shaving. I was like, I have nothing on you. She took me in and she like handed me my robe and she was like, hey, are you cool if someone watches in on this exam? And I'm like, yeah, like no problem, whatever. So I go change, come back in, and sitting in the room is just the hottest man I've ever seen in my entire life. Like I immediately tried to cover my ass in my gown. And I lie down and she like starts the exam. She like gets the lube. I'm like, don't worry, you don't need that. We're good. And she starts and she's like doing the exam and she was like halfway through and she's like, I just have to tell you, you have the longest vagina I've ever seen in my whole life. And I was like, thank you, but I'm taken. And she was like, no, it's like the longest I've ever seen. As it turns out, I'm actually medically prescribed to fuck black guys. That's just, it's probably an alley exclusive. Thanks for coming out, guys. Is that racist? I think so. And I left the exam and I couldn't help. Oh, how does the rest of this joke go? Whatever. He goes, a fuck, bro. I picked up some hobbies over quarantine. One of my recent hobbies is just joining neighborhood Facebook groups because they're fucking unhinged. People are insane. Someone will post about a squirrel they saw and it'll start a race war. Like, it's fucked. But my favorite comment I ever saw, it was in the Leslieville Beaches Association. Someone wrote, in search of someone to come euthanize my cat. ... tomorrow, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Because obviously she's looking for a vet, but of course I wrote me, right? I was immediately blocked, but that's on Susan, right? Google exists for a reason. We don't want to hear your problems. I also tried to learn how to skateboard. I was still trying to be Avril Lavigne, I think. Relive in the glory days. It's so fucking hard. My boyfriend took me to the skate park, and I think it was his way of saying he doesn't love me anymore. Because no one looks hot learning a new skill. It was so embarrassing. I couldn't help like thinking like, I feel like I looked at skateboarding the way my grandpa looked at childbirth. He was like, just push a bit, right? Anyone can do that. But I couldn't help, like we left the skate park, I couldn't help thinking like my boyfriend, like, wow, like he's do like a kick flip off a flight of stairs. Like that's so hot, like so cool. Whereas like I like cried because the sidewalk's too bumpy. Different levels, right? All right. New punchline on that one, eh? Okay, I'll end on this one. You guys smoke weed? I know you all, yes. It fucks me up too much. Last time I smoked weed, I watched The Matrix and immediately tried to check myself into CAMH. That's sort of where I'm at. I've taken an edible once in my life. I spent the next hour just rotating over the toilet because I didn't know which hole it was going to come out of. I was like, is it my face or my ass, right? It's a fun dance to do on a Tuesday afternoon. The next hour just researching SpongeBob conspiracy theories. So, doing well. Okay, well, I think that's been 3 minutes. You guys have a great lineup. Thank you so much. Keep going for Lars.
Hannah Lawrence with the first hot 3 in the alley here. That was the first hot 3. She's dropping like it's hot. By the way, you guys on Dropbox? You guys on Dropbox? Who's on Dropbox? You on Dropbox? You guys on Dropbox? Sandra, seriously though, are you on Dropbox? How many gigs you got? How many gigs you working with? You run it exactly, right? Hit me up on Dropbox. I got extra box. I can fill you in. You can use some of my box if you don't have enough in your. All right, guys, you ready for this? This is a treat. I feel like everyone in this room has more money in the bank account or is less in the negative because of this next comedian, the mayor of comedy herself. Give it up for Sandra Battaglini. Sandra Battaglini, everybody.
Guys, keep it going for a Lars Classic Dance Bob Day. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at those fucking shoes, bro. That's amazing. Wow, this is. You guys can come closer. Yeah, it's like what everybody said. You come up here and just fucking dead air, eh? I love comedy. So I came here with Phil. Everybody knows Phil. And he's like, let's fucking smoke a joint. So I took a couple puffers. And then all of a sudden I started to panic. And I'm like, it's so fucking hot, right? Climate change? Wow. Oh my God, can I say this, guys? The Liberal Party of Canada called me the other day and I was fucking working out. They're like, "Do you got a minute? You got a minute to talk to us?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." And they're like, "Justin Trudeau's Liberals have really, fulfilled their commitment for the environment." I'm like, "Are you fucking drunk?" You know what I mean? And then and all the only thing they brought up was the environment. And they're like, "Can we count on your support, like i.e. donation?" I'm like, "Absolutely not." I'm like, this fucking guy's overreach during this last year and a half, his constitutional overreach is unconstitutional. And he's got a. I'm so fucking high now, guys. I don't know what the. Why am I even up here? Nobody is in the room. Like, what the fuck is happening? Anyways, fuck Trudeau. You know what I'm saying? You know what this bitch said? He said, I don't know if you guys heard this, but he was like, he's like, the level of obstructionism and toxicity in the House of Commons is at concerning levels. And I'm like, isn't that the point? Obstructionism? Right? You're the fucking House of Commons. Anyways, wicked. I think I might just get off stage. I don't even know. What's the point right now? Right, guys? Oh, come on, guys. Give it to me. Can you imagine the level of obstructionism? This guy's a fucking dictator. That's what I said to the Liberal Party. They're like, "Can we count on your fucking donation?" And I'm like, "No." And I'm like, this guy is a dictatorship. And now he's making the country divisive over these fucking vaccinations. And it's very dangerous. And I think I scared him. And he's like, "Oh, okay, right?" And I'm like, "Fuck you. Fuck the Liberals. Suck a dick," right? Canada is dissolving itself. Oh, I guess we're online, guys. Online. Sorry I didn't acknowledge you. I had two huge bowls of fucking chili today. Okay, all garden vegetables. When I came here today, I was like bragging that I ate garden vegetables, and now I literally I'm just one big fart. You know what I mean? Just fucking express. Anyways, such is life. Such is life. Let me see what else I have on the roster here. Oh, I got these things. Whatever the fuck. Let me see what I mean, I know Rena was talking about like the Me Too and all that shit. But like the other day I was walking by a construction site and I was like, I kind of wanted like a cat call, but like that they would ask me, like, "Is it okay?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, bro, fucking cat call the shit out of this moment." You know what I mean? You catch an eye with a fucking construction worker, you're like, "Woo!" But no cat call. Like, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I wouldn't mind a little fucking hot cat call. What is this? What's that? Oh, yeah. Okay. So talking about the last year and a half, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I think it was Nick was talking about information. Like, I decided several months ago that I would just listen to everybody. I'm like, I'm going to listen to all the sides. I don't want to be on one side. So I found out that Jesus is coming back. Anybody heard this? Jesus has come back. And he has been with an alien named Ortic. Okay? Anybody heard this? That's when he didn't get crucified. He ascended into heaven. And on the third day, he rose again. And he went to whatever, heaven with, not heaven, but he went to space with Ortic. Anybody else? Okay, the other thing I'd like to know, Jeff Bezos, right? Everybody's going on about this fuck going to space. And did you hear that he thanked his employees and his customers for being able to go to, guess what, guys? All he went to was, where the fuck I wrote it. So he went to the lower Earth orbit. Did you know this? Otherwise known as the upper edge of the atmosphere. Not fucking space, guys. This guy didn't go to space. He just went to fucking upper atmosphere. Fuck you. Takes 10 minutes to get up there. Anyways, guys, just wanted to say, I wanted to bust. You know, this would have been great. Like, I have no idea if these work, you know, this information, these jokes. What else is it? Trudeau. Fuck this guy. Yep. Oh, yeah. And Hannah, you said, I had somebody tell me once at a pap smear that I had a friable cervix. Do you imagine that? So turns out my puss, you can cook it. You know what I mean? Put some fucking provolone, make a mortadella sandwich. Anybody else? Provolone, mortadella. Me and Phil, we used to fucking glory days. Remember that? Triple layer fucking prosciuttos. I mean, yeah, whatever. Provolones. Provers. What's this? Bezos. Oh, yeah. What does this say? The world of hot. Oh, the world is hot. Okay, yeah. Oh, guys, check this out. So last week I go for I run some errands in my neighborhood, and when I get onto Queen Street, I run into this woman who I know from a women's Mary Jane camp thing where I fucking did shows. She happens to live in my neighborhood. So, anyways, she's older, like white, long hair. You know what I mean? You can imagine, right? And I say, "Hey, how's it going?" She's like, "Oh yeah, great. Went to the chiropractor. Catherine came over last night for dinner with her husband, and yeah, we ate dinner at the park." And I was like, "Okay." And she doesn't even ask me how I'm doing. So I was like, "Okay, see you later. Have a nice night." And then as I walk away, she yells after me. She starts running after me. She's like, "Oh my God, I wanted to tell you. Catherine told me she knew the woman who used to live in your house, and it was haunted." You imagine this? She doesn't ask me how I am, but she tells me my fucking house is haunted on a Thursday afternoon. Like, those people that don't ask you how you are? Like, how am I supposed to go home now? And when I went home, I was like, "Hello, right? Anybody home?" Yeah, I don't feel like going more with the joke. You know what I mean? Is it a joke? It's real life, honest to God. And the fucking, what I thought was the World Cup, the Euro Cup, guys, I thought was the World Cup. I'd made plans to go to College Street, and then I'm like, it's not the fucking World Cup. Anyways, my favorite, I don't know if you watched the game, but my favorite was like, sort of like midway when the Brits in the crowd were starting to realize they were losing, and all these fucking British people are like, "Oh my God," and they were just getting like, their faces were just contorting more and more. And then when the game was called and Britain lost, and then cut to fucking Prince William and that they're the fucking Kate, whatever the fuck her name is, and their little fucking kid, and they just were so like they were just fucking cunts. You know what I mean? They're just cunty people. You know what, guys? I couldn't be having a better time, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go. Thank you. I'm Sandra.
Sandra Battaglini, everybody. Seriously, I'm gonna run unlimited, everything, always guaranteed. I've got 5 votes. How you doing, viewers at home? Make sure you hit us up at Laughing Vikings on Instagram. You can follow all the comedians too. If enough of you follow us, we don't have to do this alone in an alleyway for the rest of our careers. All right, you guys ready for your headliner? 5 people in the audience. Viewers at home, I gotta let you know, you've seen this guy on Comedy Network. You've seen him on CBC, JFL, JFL 42. And if you're in the room with us here in the alley, you just know him as Daniel, your buddy in the alley. Give it up for Daniel, everybody. Daniel Woodrow. Come on down.
All right. I used to think I was dead inside, and then when I do shows like this, I'm like, nope, still feel things. Thank you, Sandra. I'll use that laugh throughout the whole set and just remember that moment. Well, hello, people that have all heard my jokes since the pandemic ended, plus my girlfriend and a dog. The dog bit my finger, so that's how this show's going. A dog bit my finger while I was waiting to go on. Hello, 4 people online. How are you doing? Are you, I hope your dick is inside your pants. Actually, I think it's interesting now with all these talks about the vaccine passports and the limitations and all that. I think it's really interesting that anti-vaxxers are going to get the 1930s black treatment now. You know what I mean? They got to use their own washroom, their own water fountains, the back of the bus. They can't go to the schools with the other kids. It's kind of neat. I might cop a white slave after this. I don't know. It's called reparations. I'm going to do more eventually, but that's all I wrote so far about that. I'm introverted, so the pandemic was super easy. I just stayed inside. Like, it wasn't hard for me. That's what I like to do. You know what I mean? It's like, don't touch anyone. Stay 6 feet away from people. Don't make friends. I'm like, finally. You know what I mean? This is what I've wanted my whole life. Well, this is a set for Phil because he hasn't heard me in a while. So. Phil, do you drink coffee?
Yeah.
Not that decaf. Do you think? I think people that drink decaf are real suspect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the one step above being a pedophile. I'm pretty sure. Like who hurt you? You know what I mean? They're like, I can't drink coffee. It makes me jittery. It keeps me up all night. I'm like, maybe it's not for you. I don't know. Like, what am I going to tell you? I used to work at Tim Hortons in high school. You can't get fired from Tim Hortons, by the way. I tried. I really tried because I wanted that EI. They will not fire you. Like, I stole stuff in front of the camera and they still didn't fire me. I locked someone in the freezer during a shift. Didn't fire me. But like, if you make a caffeinated coffee for someone that drinks decaf, they know, and they come back like 2 hours later, hyped up and angry. They're like, "I'm not gonna be able to sleep all night." You're like, "I don't know. You shouldn't be a little bitch. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know." It's like no one is going to their drug dealer and being like, "Hey, bro, do you have anything that's like cocaine, but I can't do cocaine because it keeps me up all night and makes me jittery?" They'd be like, "Leave, you cop. Why are you here?" Thank you. I'm doing this to entertain Phil between his bits and bites. A girlfriend dyed her hair this week. It's right here. You can see. That probably means she's going to break up with me soon, right? That's what that means, generally. Every time I've done that joke so far, some woman in the audience has been like, "Oh, no." Like, I know if a girl you're dating gets bangs, you have about 2 weeks left to live. I know that one, right? They've already broken up with you in their head. But, like, I don't know. Like, my girlfriend got something called a balayage. I don't know what that is, but I assume she just re-downloaded Tinder. You know what I'm saying? I got to check her phone. Now that I think about it though, like my most recent ex, she dyed her hair pink like a few weeks before we broke up. That pink is like, I need a life change. You know what I mean? But the dye was temporary, so I was the life change. You know what I mean? Also, just found out she was pregnant on the internet yesterday. So that's something that happened for real. Oh God, I'm burning through this new material. Once we get past the new material, I don't know what's gonna happen, to be honest. I watch a lot of reality TV now. Anyone else besides Hannah who watches it with me? No one else. All right. Oh, this joke sucks. It's weird. Like, I used to watch good things. Like, I couldn't watch reality TV a lot, but then now I'm like, I just want to see couples fight. Like, that's the only thing I miss is unstable couples. I don't get it. Like, I don't know. I have Disney, Crave, Netflix, Amazon, but I still just watch 90 Day Fiance, all of it. I've seen all of it. Single Life, Happily Ever After, before the 90 days, after 90 days, other way around. I don't know. I think there's probably 2 more that I can't remember. The Single Life. Did I say that one already? Who cares? No one's up there either. All right. I don't know. I noticed there's a thing they always say in reality shows to justify them being there. Like, "Oh, I'm so happy to be part of this social experiment. It feels so good to be part of this social experiment." You're like, okay, calm down. You know what I mean? But then I realized it actually makes me feel better because then I know I'm watching science. Thank you for your grunts, Bill. Please don't stop or else I'll be actually empty inside. What else have I got? Oh yeah, on the reality shows a lot too. If someone dies in their family, I notice there's a common theme. They're like, "It's okay though, because I know they're up in heaven watching over me, protecting me right now." And that made me think, it's like I know that's a beautiful thought, but I'm like, I'm not babysitting when I get to heaven. Like, I'm not doing that. There's no way. You're on your own. What is this babysitting gig no one ever told me about? When I die, now I gotta protect you? I didn't care about you when I was here. I don't understand. It's like, I'll put it this way. When you're on vacation, you're on Cuba, you're sipping a mojito on the beach, the sun is shining, the wind's blowing. Are you checking your weather app being like, "Oh, it's raining in Toronto. I hope my friends are okay"? No, you don't care. You just thirst trap and then throw your phone in the ocean or something. Right? People that go on vacation. See, it's shows like this where I normally do crowd work, but then you can't really do that with comedians because they're like, "Bro, fuck off. I'll talk to you after the show." Where I don't run jokes past comedians. All right. Getting to the end of the new ones here. Burning the oil. I have a joke about Zoom. You've all heard that one in the last week, but you 4 haven't on there. I did a show. This isn't about Zoom, but I did a show. I did Keisha Brownie's show, Brampton Rose Theater. It's an 800-seat theater with no one in it, but there's 200 people watching online. That is a mind trip. But this is something else because this is a much smaller room with the same amount of people. Much more intimidating because I can see all their faces, and they're just like, "You should get back to the writing board." You know what I mean? One sec, I'm gonna look up because there is another new joke I wanted to do. Can't remember. Oh yeah, well, this one's all right. I was in Chinatown recently, walking down the street, and I saw a bar. It was like a rinky-dink, like little dive bar, and it just had a sign that said "Happy Time, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m." And like I know it's supposed to say happy hour, but I do like this concept of happy time, where you're just like, oh, time to be happy. Like I need that in my life, you know what I mean? I don't have time to be happy. I'm not rich. I don't have a yacht. That's time to be happy. When you're at a yacht going somewhere nice, you're like, I have time to be happy. You know what I mean? I do have an hour to get as happy as possible off shots, though. I do have a happy hour. Eventually, that joke will have an ending. Right, dog? See that? We have a rapport. Shut up, stop, okay? Stop, you're causing a scene, bro. This would be a perfect transition from my pug joke that I have done for 7 years. No, I don't. All right, we're checking the notes one more time. I guess we could do that. I'm just saying jokes I'm not as emotionally invested in to save myself, so I apologize that these aren't great. I've been playing a lot of video games. I always thought I could be a pro gamer if I just played enough. I'm like, it's just time. I'm pretty good. I just have to put in time. Turns out I'm just great at yelling at 12-year-olds on mics. You know what I mean? They deserve it. They're not my 12-year-olds. They suck. They're so dumb and annoying and racist for some reason. So many racist 12-year-olds in video games. But it's like, the game I play is like Call of Duty. It's like a shooting game. In this one mode I play, it's like once you're dead, you can like observe your other teammates playing. But like everybody's a critic once they're dead in this game, right? The kid's always just like, oh, what is he doing? Oh, look at his gun. It's so ugly. Ew, why is he turning left? Oh, this guy sucks. I'm ignoring him because it's a 12-year-old at midnight. Like, you can't be doing that, right? And then he just keeps going. He's like, oh, this guy's terrible. Oh, he switched so trash. I'm like, shut the fuck up, kid. No one cares what you have to say. He's like, Mom. And then I just turned off my Xbox and went to bed because I can't be doing that. Yeah, that's that joke. What else I have? I was bored with my girlfriend. We did that hall pass game. You know, that one where you're like, if I could have sex with one celebrity and you wouldn't get mad, who would it be? You know, that trap that you shouldn't participate in? I just picked some like F-list celebrity, you know what I mean? That's essentially just some hot girl on Instagram at that point. And then she picked Idris Elba. So that was great. That kind of made me jealous, you know what I mean? Because I could have picked Idris Elba. That's a great pick. I would fuck Idris Elba. Well, he does the fucking. If you've seen his movies, he does. Anyways, joke's not about having sex with Idris Elba. How many seconds was that? All right, I think I got. This is unprofessional, I understand, but I'm sorry. I've been sleeping lighter. I think it's because I'm getting older. You know what I mean? I know you guys can't tell how old I am. You know, I'm black, so I could be like 84. It's actually funny because like I have a lot of comics that nobody actually knows. Like most of my good friends don't even know how old I am, which is sick. It's gonna come in useful one day. You know what I mean? But I think I've been just sleeping lighter because like a deep sleep's a little too close to death. You know what I mean? So as you get older, your body's like, bro, slow down, calm down, bro. You're not gonna sleep that deep because you might not wake up. I don't know. Thank you, dog in the dog park that I'm killing with. Well, I'll probably do one more and then I'll go jump off that and I'm going to just jump off that edge right onto the patio. You know what I mean? If I'm going to go out, I'm going to take some people with me. They're going to be scarred for life. You know what I mean? Maybe like, vote NDP. I don't know why I made that political for no reason. Okay, there was one more I wanted to do. Guys, I'm a headliner. I'm headlining, guys. For you guys at home, if you work hard for many years, you could be like me instead of being like you with your dick in your hand. Thank you for coming, though. Please support the show by coming here in real life. You're just at home. You could be here, right? I'm sure they answered me. I actually think I'm getting applause breaks at home. I'm like pretty convinced they're just actually screaming like, "Keep going, man! This guy's the next Dave Chappelle." This isn't even a joke. It's something I saw, and I don't know how to turn into a joke because it's mostly weird. When I was in Vancouver, there was like a crow's nest that fell off a tree by the beach, and like crows really don't play with that. You know what I mean? Anybody walking by, they're trying to attack that person. So there's so many people almost getting attacked by crows. But the part that stood out the most to me is when I was leaving, there was two girls that were basically dressed like witches. I don't know how to describe it. They were wearing long black clothes, gothic makeup. They just picked up the crow, put it in a paper bag, and then just walked away about their business like a dead crow. Like they're witches, right? Is that? I'm being serious. I assume they're witches, right? I don't know what else. I don't know. That I thought we could work that out, but clearly you guys are not into the jamming sessions. So I'll do one more and I go because I'm sweating way too much for all comic show right now. It's a new shirt. I don't want to ruin it. What I got here. Sorry, I'll be more professional next time I come. This is a jam session, yeah. Okay, I'll do this one because I like doing this one. And since she's here, it's awkward. My girlfriend has an obsession with firefighters, which is mildly annoying. You know what I mean? She does this prank where she waves at them when they drive by. And the part that's most disappointing to me is how uncool they play it. Like, bro, you literally run into a firing building to save people, but when my girlfriend waves at you, you're like out the window, like so enthusiastic. Like you had the best opportunity to just be like, "Yo, what up?" No, but instead they're like, "Hi." It actually has gotten to the point though, like where they like your lights are on, but why are you slowing down? You understand? Like we were in Vancouver. True story. You can ask her. She's right behind you. We went to Vancouver, and we're like walking, and she waves at them, and then they just slammed on the brakes and like skidded through an intersection, stopped on the other side, and then jumped out, like they were about to rob us. And I was like, and then they realized that was super uncool, so they were just like, and just started unwinding the hose for no reason. There was no fire. It was just a closed bank. There was no reason for it at all. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Girls like them, they have ripped bodies. They can cook. They save people. Small details. You know what I mean? But, like, honestly, you could probably take off your shirt. You probably put on your shirt before you go down the pole. You know what I mean? You could probably have that second. Anyways, I'm just telling you guys this because if I ever die in a fire, you know she did it. You know what I mean? It's way too convenient. I'll be a burnt corpse on the couch. And she'll just be there in her house coat with a glass of wine, just waiting for the firefighters. Like, hey, boys, who's single? Thank you. That's a joke about insecurity. Please kill me. Thank you. Good night. You're going for Lars and come back and support everyone online.
Daniel Woodrow, everyone. Daniel Woodrow. Hey, Phil. You're going to be the only one in the room who doesn't get up here tonight? You are? You made a good life decision. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Thanks for tuning in. You saw, I'm going to keep that music going. You saw Nick Beaton, Rena Taylor, Sandra Battaglini, Daniel Woodrow, and a tight 3 popping from Hannah Lawrence. Believe it or not, we're going to be back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Tune in tomorrow at 9 p.m. or do it in real life. Remember in real life stuff, guys? All right, ladies and gentlemen, good night, good night, good night. You're welcome to hang out in the alley for as long as you want, and we will not use a microphone anymore. Good night.
Take me right back to the track, Jack. Take me right back to the track, Jack.
I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. I got sunshine. I got sunshine. I got sunshine. I got sunshine. I got sunshine in a bag. I got sunshine in a bag. I got sunshine in a bag. I got sunshine. I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. Well, finally someone let me out of my cage. I've been waiting here to let go of this rage. Just take me or leave me or just let me be. I'm gonna give it to you 1, 2, 3 and give you sunshine ABC. Won't you come with me? In a party, I got sunshine. I'm gonna make you feel so fine. I'm gonna bring it up, hey. I'm gonna make you high. I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. Well, I'm useless, but not
Don't like vanilla. Strawberry will do. But let me tell you, there's the fruity, 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 fruity one for me. Fruity, 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 fruity,
Pineapple.